All leaders have one thing in common. They mobilize others to work for the achievement of a joint purpose or goal. What they don't have in common is how they go about the business of doing it. No two leaders are exactly alike. They have different leadership styles, different leadership skills, and different leadership traits. In addition, they operate in different settings, and they have different objectives and goals. These differences partially explain why some are more accomplished than others, and why so many current and aspiring leaders often look for ways to improve their leadership capability. According to business author and consultant Erica Anderson, one key to growing as a leader is to become truly self-aware. Not self-involved, mind you, but self-aware. Whereas the first type tends to live in a vacuum, the second cultivates an accurate sense of how they show up in the world. A self-aware leader routinely takes stock of him or herself, especially as it pertains to the traits commonly recognized as important for a leader to possess. The purpose is to identify one's strengths and weaknesses, pinpoint any areas that can and should be worked on, and sometimes, out of necessity, formulate a strategy to compensate for weaknesses that may be too ingrained to fix or alter. These results are not always easy to face head-on, but they are a necessary stepping stone to genuine growth. For illustrative purposes, let's briefly review 5 traits a leader might want to evaluate as part of his or her quest for self-awareness. First trait is confidence. This revolves around questions like, do you feel self-confident with a drive to succeed and the courage to be vulnerable? Do others perceive you as confident? Would they say you lean toward humble rather than arrogant or cocky? Does your confidence help others to feel confident in what they're doing, even during stressful or turbulent times? A second trait is emotional intelligence. Do you have a balanced attitude and outlook, neither overly critical nor unrealistically hopeful? Are you mindful of your own emotions and the emotions of others? Not mushy, but fair-minded in giving due consideration to the emotions of others. Do you possess good listening skills? Would people say you create an atmosphere that's conducive to having a productive environment, one that fosters collaboration with tactful yet frank communication and a team approach? A third trait is vision. Have you created a compelling vision? Does it strive for a better future rather than merely focus on short-term gains? Are you able to get buy-in for it? A fourth trait is motivational skill. Are you a role model? Do people see you in that light? Are you skilled at motivating people and keeping them motivated? Do you use a variety of methods and techniques for doing it? Do you champion an interdependent framework and a team philosophy within that framework? Can you guide people into a fluid rhythm and flow? A fifth trait is performance management skill. Are you able to accurately and objectively gauge performance levels? Are you good at managing risk versus reward? Are you tactful but straightforward when handling performance issues? Do you maintain open and ongoing communication about these matters? Do others clearly understand what's expected of them? Do you support, recognize, and reward good performance? Though this list is far from exhaustive, it does give some idea of what self-awareness entails. So with that said, how well do most leaders seem to do? Well, of the executives Ms. Anderson has coached over the past 2 decades, she says that only about 25% of them are genuinely self-aware. The rest do not see themselves accurately, sometimes to an astonishing degree. She gives this example. Let's say that I think I have great relationship building skills, when the truth of the matter is people find me overbearing and insensitive. If someone suggests the need to make real changes in this area in order to become a more effective leader, I may dismiss it for no other reason than because it conflicts with what I believe to be true. So there you go, self-awareness as it pertains to leadership capability. It's obviously important, but not always easy to acquire. This begs the question, how do you foster it? And, just as critical, how do you make sure you have an accurate perception of it? In Part 3, we'll look at this aspect of leadership. Come back for Part 3, won't you?